Welcome back to Mine Mogul. My name is Nilaus and we are continuing on our journey here, and let's have a look at the overview. So we're sort of, let's call it like midway? No, a little bit less than midway. What we're going to get started on today is the casting furnace. We're going to be diving deep into the casting furnace. The casting furnace is a different way of making stuff. It's the only way to make steel, so we're going to start by making steel, but it also works for iron and copper and gold, and then it's just a lot easier. Oh, we got another quest completed, and then we get this one. We activate this quest. Copper plates, iron plates, gold plates, what we already have, and then we're gonna get steel plates. That's the stuff we wanna make today. We don't have the casting furnace. Let's start purchasing this. This is really expensive. Purchasing casting 32,000. So that's a majority of what we actually have. Do we probably need some other things? Let's have a look. What else we need? We have one auto miner, but we could also go look at this rapid miner, which is faster, obviously. This kind of sucks. Like I didn't want to do this because it says like standard build bit breaks in 10 minutes. That means every 10 minutes you have to go back and put in a new bit. That's like, there is no way that I'm going to do that in an automation game. So but if you do the hardened bit, then it says slower than the standard bit drill bit, but never breaks. So if we do these two, we could actually get a better one. There's no way that we'd want something that runs out in 2 minutes. No way. Just doesn't make any sense. And the support wrench, we also want that. Anything else? The rolling maybe is smart splitter. No, we're not there yet. Scaffolding might be a thing that we want. Hopper, maybe. I don't know. We'll leave it as it is right now. So that is this one, and well, there's a mining pick. What didn't we bind? Oh, right. Here's the tools. We already researched it. We support wrench. We researched it. Good. So let's get that one and bing, get it. Take. Okay. So we're gonna use that once in a while. This is used for sort of removing some of these pillars if you want to. So just to see. So if we don't want this, so we want to be able to run underneath it, we can use it to remove pillars. It's actually quite a neat idea. You can make things float, but so by default it puts pillars everywhere. But then you can use this to remove some of the pillars. I think that's a really neat idea. Very simple. Good. Let's have a look at the casting furnace and the thing we also want. Oh, right. Should we make the new miners? Yes. Let's do the new miners. Mining. And we now have the rapid miner. 1, 2, 3. And then a hardened bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Let's get 5 of these. And let's also get some of the normal ones, but just because. There we go. And get those here. And the problem with these is that each drill bit takes up 1 inventory space, so we're actually kind of filling up our inventory with junk this way. Let's have a look at, if we look at the miner, there we go, build. So we have a location here that is pure iron, no, let's say mix of iron and coal, but it also has diamonds, but it deletes the diamonds when we use the rapid miner, and it deletes the emeralds. Since it's only 0.3, then it's fine. If it's the 2.71, then we really don't want to do that. There's some here that are really good for tips. But if we look at it, that one and that one, that isn't much though. I thought there would be one more around here. Anyway, that's 1 and that's 2. Maybe we could actually take something from up there. Because this doesn't seem like it's enough for us to get going here. And let's see. It's not like the other ones work different. No. Yeah. This is not enough, but whatever. They don't start. That's a good thing, because they don't start because the drill bits are not there. But we're going to be putting this giant build in here. This thing, and let's get it there. And we're going to need some space afterwards, because it's pretty massive. Let's see. Like this. No? This is probably the least awful place. Good. So what it has is, this is where it gets coal inbound. If we want to get steel, then we put iron in and some coal. But we need kind of a lot of coal, so we need to first mix and match the coal. Now we don't need to worry about gems for this one, so that's nice. I do think that we want to get a lot more. So this one is just making coal, and I don't really need you. So I can take you out, and then basically take this and loop it the other way. We're going to be using one of the new ones. Build here, and then that will go. I don't have the ones with ledges on top. here, and that will go over. Okay, it needs a little bit more space. Okay, this will be a mess to get over here. I can see that already. Okay, so now we built something. Let's figure out where that something is. I have these 2 locations down here. I have another one up here. I built a giant hopper so we can catch things that fall in. Then we have these 2 up here. They are, this is a mix and this is a pure. So we will be getting a lot of these. So I need to equip this. Oh, and I'm a little bit in doubt though, because we are gonna get some junk out. Yeah, we're gonna get some junk out. So let's do that. Let's not do that yet, because what happens is that we need some casting templates here. And we need some, let's see, we need some, where are they? They are on the build machines, these ingots here. And we need, oh, we can't do the gear one, so we'll do 1, 2, 3 of these. So we just get some, this. This is really a weird way of doing it, but once you get used to it, it's kind of okay. Oh, we also need a light down here for sure, because it's kind of gloomy. And also another light there. Okay. So this, we go in here, we do this, we equip it, and then we go up here and click it in. So this is basically the molds that they come out as. So we can sort of say this, the casting machine makes it into liquid, and then we have to pour it into a mold. So once we do that now, then at least we won't be getting any junk. There, I'm gonna go up here, and then we start inserting drill bits into each of these locations, and they should work. We'll always start with the one that, well, we should start with the one that's furthest away, and this should now be maybe faster than the other ones, I hope, and then we can get over. This is a problem, by the way. So once we have more than 100,000, we want to expand this to be a bigger block, because we are, this happens all the time. Like, these just don't want to go down here. I don't know why, but, well, because they're stupid plates, that's why. Okay, so that has to just be fixed once in a while. It's annoying. Until we get a bigger plate. That's fine, good. It goes in here, underneath, and then you can see that it falls down there, nice and easy. It goes in here, this gets filtered for coal, and then the other one over here that will not have any coal will be added afterwards, which is fine. This one doesn't have coal, so... And then we don't need to fix anything else, because we are only using the good ones. What are they called? The fast miners, the rapid miners. So this pours in here, and then we're looking at it, and it says sufficient coal for steel. So if we're getting enough coal to keep this temperature up, barely, but hopefully we'll get it. We should. And then we're getting outputs here. It's pouring out. Nice. And we unlock gear casting mode. Okay, so that's steel ingots. So here we go. We got the steel ingots. Can we make steel plates? Yes, we can. So let's take 2 of these and move over, and one of them just to go in and make it into plates. Yeah. Actually, we'll do it in a different way. We can actually do it the other way. This way. And then we need another polishing machine just to finish that up, because why not get everything polished, then it gets a little bit better, or a little bit more. Where is your polishing machine? There we go. The first of the expensive builds, but totally worth it, and now it's not that expensive anymore. But we are struggling a little bit with money. We would like to be able to get 100,000 just for our troubles. There we go, so that goes in. Steel ingots, they get polished. This is so bad. Come on. They cannot go down here for some reason, these plates. There's just too many plates coming in. Yeah, so we need 100,000 to actually get these plates to get in here without trouble. I don't know how that happened, that this got so bad. Like, they're not really sort of eating it down there. There. But it just fails. Whatever. This will be... We can buy a bigger one, but that costs money. Let's just get this one here, and put it over to this one so we get the quest done fast. And this will then be made into a... we need a rolling mill. I don't want to be putting it into this one. We're going to be putting it into a parallel one instead. So let's make another rolling mill. Rolling mill, they're not that expensive, so let's just grab it. There we go. And that will be... Oh, there'll be... Oh, right, actually, let's do it like this. There. and then get the rolling mill. Build. Like that. And then you can go here. And these go. And what I found is that if you... No, the rolling mill is fine. Okay, so the rolling mill goes in here and then... Ah! Why is this so bad? I need 100,000 so I can get this to actually work. I have no idea why this doesn't work. So now we've unlocked the steel gears as well. So now because this will unlock the heavy auto miner, which is something we definitely want. So that means we need a casting, add to cart, that one. We'll take one of these and get it here. So what we're gonna do is we are actually going to take this one out and then turn it the other way and then have this eject the mold too. Pick it up. F to pick it up. And then I'm going to take the other one, equip, and put it in here. Oh, we just made it right before. So that gets us at least a single gear. So now we're getting all three things. We get a ingot, a gear, and there, we just pick this up. Yeah. And we also get the plates. And the plates are part of the master plates build, and the gears and ingots are continuing. Hopefully we will also get more money so we can actually buy an extension for this thing. So we now completed the next quest, and if we look at our quests here, then we could go into this one, the extruder part. We're working on this plate, but what I really want to do, actually, do I want the extruder part first? Because it kind of is further back in the tree, but I really want this auto thingy. Purchase the auto extruder. That goes from plates into extruders into that. I guess we do that. No, because we're still working on steel plates. And if you get the... Let's see what the extruder does for us. Let's see. That is purchase of a screen. That is an extruder. Expensive as well. We just got up to 70,000. Okay, so that means you now get copper rods. So we need copper gears and we need copper rods. That means we need to make a good copper location. We need to find a good copper location. But first, if we look at the heavy auto miner, so we do need to purchase a heavy auto miner here. They are there. It's also expensive. All right, let's buy one of these. Good. So they work. They deliver iron clusters, but clusters can't be put into a crusher. They need to be cluster breaker, which is what we need to unlock. So we need to basically take our giant machine here, build it, and then run around and see, oh, look at that, there's a location up there that lights up. So let's go up there and try to see if we can take that. So as we build our big one here, we can see the output is iron clusters 94, and then iron ore, and then a mystery geode. Ooh. So we get these big boys here, and we need to find 20 of those. So they just need to be brought straight into this location. So I don't know, they really shouldn't be polished, but I also really want to just get them in here. So I guess I can try to make a line that sort of ends up here. Yeah, because we just need it. Or since we really don't need it, we could also just do it like the manual way of just getting like, we need 20 of these and I just kind of carry it in. I think I'm going to do that because the next quest is also just more of this. We need to get the cluster breaker before we can actually use it for something useful. So let's grab some of these. They unfortunately have a tendency to just break randomly. Even though they are sort of too hard to break normally, then they do break easily by just bumping into things. Oh, one of them must have gone into the glass thing. There. Okay, we'll just fill it up manually. So we got that one, and then what we're getting is we are just getting coal ore, copper ore, and gold ore clusters that we now need to do. So that basically means we need to run around. But that only gets us the double ingot casting mold, which is not something I must have. But what I really want to do now is I want to actually get the cluster breaker, because then we can actually start making something new. And so a cluster breaker, that's also expensive. Good. And then we need another casting furnace, because now we need to make some more copper. We want to make copper gears and copper rods, and that would be from copper clusters. So now it's time for us to find a good copper location and then start making a big build. I definitely need this one, but I don't need blast furnace, but we do unfortunately need one of these, which is way expensive. But we need it for our copper build. I'm not going to take the other copper build and repurpose it. I'm just going to build and find a new one, if possible. We have found something. Here is a gate. Let's see if we can tie it together with something we know. And let's see. So down here we have our factory. This is behind the factory. It is up top. This is where we built the extra ones that are feeding into the steel build. And then if we go in through this one and up here, we have a glorious location, which will also take our money. And plunge. Oh, all right. So what do we got in here? We got something interesting here. This one, it doesn't work, but this might be something that's built for later on, so that maybe we can enable it, and then you get another place that you can eject something or purchase things from, or purchase special things. We don't know. We can continue go. Let's make some lights here and there. There. And there's a nice little pond, but that's not what we're looking for. We are looking for this part. Look at that. A big one, and a presumably a small one. Yes, that's a small one, but then we have two big ones. So these ones will be two of the cluster miners for copper. Right, so we need to figure out, the first thing we need to do is take these two, consolidate them, and let's actually see what they're mining. We need it. Oops, don't want to drop that. Yeah. Build. So that's pure iron, pure copper, and if this is not pure, then I don't care. This is a normal one. No, it's a mix. I don't want to deal with the mix. Yeah, I just don't want to deal with the mix at this point. So let's get the two big ones here, and then figure out how to get those into a cluster breaker, and then from there get into the next part. So we're gonna need one more of these heavy automated. We need a cluster breaker. We need an ore crusher. We need some filters. We need a casting machine, and we need a rolling press. The rod is made from. Is that the rod extruder? Ingots. Okay, so that's ingots. So we need ingots and gears. Gears and 2 ingots, and the ingots will then be made into, we don't care about plates, we already got that, so we're going to make it into 2 of those, make it into rod extruders. Okay, so I think I know what to grab before we can go back here and build. So we got all the materials we need, and here, and I can actually go over here and turn them off, so I can build stuff in the meantime. Let's try that first. So what I need to do is, let's take all of this junk out. Throw it out here. Oh, it breaks so easily, these clusters. There we go. So bringing them back is painful. This one drops out there. And then I need to go into a cluster breaker. That is there. Looks like this. Actually, can it just be built? Can it be built underneath? No. Yes, it can actually be built right, maybe. I don't know. Doesn't matter. That's not how we're going to do it. We're going to do it like this, I think. So you're going to be moving that way, and then it's going to be a ramp up. Yes, and then it's just a matter of Q. There. And that is really perfect. So it goes into a straight line, goes up here, gets cluster broken. Then I need to turn it. The thing is now that is a broken cluster. What is really important is that we could also get these mystery geodes. So we do need to actually sort out the mystery geodes. They will do that like this. This will just be the mystery geodes there. Because what I want to go through. There we go. I want one of these. that. And then I don't know if I need it, but I'll also get one of the small ones. There we go. And they will now come out on this belt. Going back and going up. Up and up again. And then that will go into an ore crusher, because now we need to crush the ore. There, that comes out to the ore crusher. And now out of this we have only crushed copper. So the crushed copper is what we need to get into. Then that needs to go up again. It feels a little bit silly, this part, like how many times we need to go up. This goes up again and up again, right? Yes, and then we need this to go into the most expensive thing we have, that one. And I want to point it. Come on, why is it not working? Oh, there we go. Can I just build it? I can actually just build it here. That would give us more room for everything. Yes. Which would mean this would have to go the other way. And no. Q. And ram. Up. And up. And then I guess it's really difficult to hit these. There, turn, and go in. There. So that will only be crushed, and I am gracefully out here sorting out any potential geodes that will come in. Good. And that should get us out here. Then we need to get let's see which one. This one will be over on this plate, because that's separate. That, oops, that, and that. These two here will be made into. Can I just grab this? Yes, I can just grab this and just send it in here. Right, this will now need to be made into a rod extruder. Okay. That has to be down here, or it has to be built on scaffolding. Doesn't matter. We'll build it like this. And down and okay, that's actually fine. And the funny thing with this casting machine is it doesn't need iron, or it doesn't need coal, unless you want to make steel. So it's only the steel that actually needs it to make that. So this will just be going forward, because that's something you just need, and that will be merging with the geodes coming from here, potentially. There could be some geodes, and they are valuable. Actually, I don't even want the geodes right now, because there will be a quest later on for geodes, and I want to just be able to go pick them up here, instead of spending some, or getting some money in on this. This will then be... Yep, we got some rods. They will go out here, and then I will get that one, and we'll continue this belt here. Just trying to make it look a little bit similar there. Yeah. And now I need to figure out how to get it back. So up here is actually a good idea. So let's go through this location here, here. Stuff. Go out here. Oh, more things for sale. Over here and drop down. So you can see there's more interesting things up there. So this is where it will drop down. This will make another headache for us on how to get things down here, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So here we have our base, and it's actually up here we're getting it from. So now I need to build up here somehow, build some, and there's actually a way, because there's some chutes system here. We have not unlocked it, so let's unlock. We have some points. Basic chutes. We just take those. Bloop. We are not going to go into all of this like hatching and whatever. That's a little bit too advanced for us, at least at this point. Anything else we feel like we need? Like the cannon seems interesting. Oh, we need the lid. Absolutely. That is... nightmare. Ingot straighten up belt. Conveyor. Oh, that's actually nice. Let's actually see if we want one of those. Because we do need to straighten the ingots before they go into the extruder. And we need some of these. Let's say 1, 2, 2. And the top chute we just need 1. And the bottom chute we just need 1. There. That's what we need. And conveyors, we got a sorter lid. Let's get some of those. And ingot straightener. Let's get a single one of those. There we go. And we also need a lot more of the normal belts because we kind of went out of that. And build. Grab. Okay, so let's go over here and see if we can find out how to do this. What we really need is we need this thing here to go in, and it just needs to go in by itself, I guess. So I need to figure out where do I want it? Because I would honestly like it to go in. Let's actually say here. Yeah, let's say that one, which means we need another polishing machine. I definitely need another line for this, and a machine that is a polishing machine. Let's get one of those. Definitely want it to be on a separate line, so it's gonna go in. I could also build it. Actually, I could also just drop it on this belt because this is just getting polished. Yeah. Okay, so this is pretty close. So is it on this belt? Yeah, it looks like it's exactly on this belt, which is not great. So I need to make it like a line on top here that sort of goes over, and then goes into here, and then it just kind of drops down there, and then falls on this and goes in and gets it. Yep. So if I'm looking at this and go up, maybe a little bit more. And then we need all the chutes. Let's try this one. This is the bottom chute, so this is the one that drops it out. I kind of feel that it might be valuable to use a walled one here. Nope, that's only one wall on one side. There. Q, there. There. So it's walled on both sides. And now the silly thing on how to build upwards. This is unfortunately, it seems like that it's the best way to do it. I tried to do in other things, other ways. It's not super enjoyable way. Oh, this got too close. Okay, but it looks like it's still... It actually looks like it's one off. Well, I guess we'll find out. Yeah. Okay, needs to go further out. Okay, so I've now found the right location. I am going to take this one out and then get a top one. That should be back here, so that will sort of fall in. So now I can trace it back here. Trace it back and go this ramp. Go back, and that should get us all of the extruders, and everything should work as soon as we hook this one up. So turn on, and the other one as well. Turn on. Good. Let's monitor it as it comes in. We can just grab these materials, just put them in here. That doesn't hurt to put them in there. Okay, so they go in, and the first thing they do is they go into the crusher, the cluster breaker, and we should be getting something out. Then it goes into a normal ore crusher like this. It's actually funny how I turned it that way. It should have just gone straight ahead. Would have been nicer, much nicer actually, but whatever. And then it comes out as the crushed. The crushed goes in here, and if we monitor on this one, we can see that there's tons of stuff coming in. There we go. Nice amounts. There we go. Look at that. And then they pour in here. Go. And oh, I wanted to get like one of those straighteners, didn't I? Oh. Though not really needed, because as soon as it goes around a corner, it actually straightens out itself. So I don't need a straightener in this case. I wonder what happens if I put a gear in here. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. I'm always curious. Sometimes they just pass through and sometimes they beep and break. Depends. It might just get destroyed. Probably will just get destroyed since it's a ore breaker. Or it actually passed through and then it got out here on the other side. Okay, never mind. That's good. We do need it. So let's get this one back. And we're just gonna follow it. So the extruder here is extruding. Come on, extrude. Yes, there we go. Some this, and we're also getting it. Gear, and they are coming back all the way back here. Nice, and then they fall down, and then let me fall down as well. Seeing if we can get it. Oh, that's interesting. Why they ended here. Oh, they must have just been put on a random belt somewhere. Is it coming? Yes, it is. We haven't gotten a single gear or copper rod yet, but they will come in right now. Oh, look at all these gems. And we have the usual issue over here. We so badly need money. Hopefully with the copper coming in, we can get enough money to finally buy something. Come on. What a mess. What a mess this is. In you go, and in you go as well. There. Okay, so we now have the copper rods, the copper gears, we got the clusters, everything is looking fine. So we're now getting a little bit of a bigger scale, because we are now using these cluster breakers, and we got the casting furnace as well. So that's pretty damn nice step up the ladder. Let's have a look at what we're going to do in the next episode. Well, we got this one going. The rod expert would be the copper rods, not a problem, and iron rods, which we don't have. And then we get the pipe roller, which will go into the pipe thing. Cluster collector, we're going to do that. And then we have this special treasure thing afterwards where we need to get some polished quartz geode. Whatever that is, but that's something we need. And then also gold gear. So we need to set up the same thing for gold and also for iron as well, because we need iron rods. So that's going to be next episode as we continue into the rod operation and into the pipe operation, and then later we get into the threaded lathe and into the rod threader, and then the geodes as well. And then look at that, we might even be completing it in a couple of episodes time. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope you want to keep watching this series. Hey, look at that, we almost got enough money to get a an extension so it doesn't jam. We have 100,000. I just wanted this one to get done. So let's go over here, even though it will constrain whatever we can buy for future, but this one, bigger box, get it. There we go. And then look at this. Oh, look at that. Much nicer box. So now it will not jam again. That was so frustrating that it was jamming. So that makes it a lot easier for it to get in here, and no more jamming. Cool. So thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode. Until then, take care, and as always, stay effective.